been a little while since I've vlogged and I'm so excited to get back into it, especially with more of my everyday life here in Scotland. So grab a cuppa and join me on this little adventure. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lauren. Starting off in Edinburgh, which is one of my favourite cities, and I've wanted to visit Chez for years. This lovely French bistro that is a 3-course meal for £12.90, and I finally got to check it off the list, and it did not disappoint. So the meal starts off with this delicious French onion soup, and mine was actually really cheesy, which is really, really undignified to eat. Then we enjoyed a portion of steak frite before moving on to some chocolate mousse. It's really rich, but it's also still fluffy. Needless to say, I ate it all. It was absolutely delicious, and they had these essential French phrases, and I thought it was so funny because it's kind of in keeping with my Scottish Gaelic word of the day content, and I really appreciate that. Now, I have not long finished my Invisalign journey, and I have a retainer stuck to the back of my teeth. So if you do see me checking my teeth every now and then, that is why. Anyway, back to Chez Jules. If you're ever in the city, this is definitely a must try because it was delicious, and I really just don't think that you can beat the price for lunch. I am so glad that I finally visited, and I can't wait to go again. Next up, Christmas shopping, and I know it feels too early to say, but we're almost halfway through November, of course, because I've been in need for a new perfume, and as much as I love shopping for other people, it's like a present for you, a present for me, and I know that's bad and I shouldn't admit it, but that is the reality. After Edinburgh, I headed over to Glasgow for the night at your hotel, and my room had the best view of Central Station, but honestly, I was just there for the food. Sugo is another restaurant that I've been wanting to try for years. They do pasta and had this amazing spinach and ricotta and ravioli. I paired it with a glass of wine, check me out, and the only downside was that they ran out of bread, so it was no olive oil and balsamic for me. Got it. At this point of the evening, I started to fight off a cold, so I'm just trying to breathe, like really trying to breathe, but we made it through. So all in all, I think it was a good day shopping and a good day of eating. But my favourite part has to be going back and taking off my makeup, and it was time for a good night's sleep for a long drive back in the morning. And it was back home to Brochan, my little sidekick, so we grabbed a pup cup from Starbucks because he is obsessed with them, and we went on a walk while the weather was so beautiful and so autumnal, although you can definitely feel winter creeping in. Brochan, as usual, was loving every second of it. He was bounding ahead and then turning back with that look that just says, "Are you keeping up? Isn't this the best ever?" And honestly, it's moments like these that just absolutely fill my heart. He's such a character. One minute he's posing for the camera like he knows he's on it, and then the next he's just rolling around in a pile of dirty leaves like he doesn't have a care in the world. I mean, tell me how many times you see him looking back at the camera in this footage alone. The air had that crisp autumn bite that's just perfect for long strolls, and the countryside looked absolutely stunning with a mix of colours. But inevitably, the walk ends with Brochan refusing to go home and pulling back on the lead as if he's just saying like, "Oh, please, can we just stay one more minute?" I'm telling you, that minute would never end if it was up to Brochan. And then it's back to the reality of life. A lot of tidying because my sideboard has turned into a bit of a free-for-all for anything and everything lately, trying to keep the wrong things out of the wrong pots. And I promise you this is not dust on the TV. This is just an ill-placed map for the Zodiac Killer documentary that I was watching to relax. Relax definitely isn't the right word to use when discussing these kinds of programs, but please tell me there are other people here that enjoy watching crime documentaries and series. Oh, and the cone. Well, Brochan's fluffy ears are a bit too prone to ear infection, so he's got a cone for a little while. But we're making the most of it and we're keeping an eye on him, and it really doesn't seem to be bothering him all that much. He doesn't need to wear it all the time, but just while we get used to it. And that's it from me today. I've really missed doing these vlogs and I can't wait to share more with you soon. So until then, stay cozy and I'll see you in the next one.